Hello, good morning, Gary Champion, psychic medium. Actually, I'm just sitting here getting ready to do some editing, and I hear this word, mendacity. Not the kind of word you use. I mean, it could be a washing machine or a screwdriver. I don't, a huge word. And then they started playing a chunk of film. I have guides. They tell me things all day long. So they start playing a movie, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Paul Newman and Burl Ives and a pretty woman, I can't think of her name, uh, played in Cleopatra and Butterfield 8 and other movies. And Paul Newman comes into the room and you smell that? You smell that? And Burl Ives is a guy that's dying. He has a cancer, but no one will tell him. They'll say, "Oh," and they call him Big Daddy. I think that's his. It's a Southern movie. It was made with by Northerners many years ago. None of them are Southerners. Burl Ives might qualify. Burl Ives was an early folk singer. He did a lot of, and he did Disney film music. Played the guitar. You can still find some of his music online. But he turned actor for this one role. They call him Big Daddy. I think that's his official name. Now, of course, I'm not looking any of this stuff up. I'm just saying off the top of my head because that's how I just got it. And I thought rather to be authentic than get everything perfect. And he comes in the room and they're telling him he's going to be fine. He's all right. His son's wife, his other son's wife, and his other son and the doctor, I think everybody are telling him he's going to be fine. And Paul Newman comes in the room and says, "Can you smell that?" And everybody's looking around. And I remember watching the movie as a kid, and the fact that Burl Ives would know what mendacity is beyond me. That's how I learned what the term meant, was watching that movie. So you remember the woman's name. It's amazing what you can watch from television, what you can learn from television. And of course, Paul Newman has to tell him, "You're not going to make it out of this. It's terminal." But everybody was lying to him. And he started, saying, "I do feel better. I do feel better now that you've told me that I'm okay. The doctor says I'm okay. Yeah, everybody says I'm okay." And Paul Newman's in a funk about a lot of stuff, relationship with his wife, a friend that he lost who was a football player friend. So he's sort of in this bad kind of place anyway, and he just has to tell the truth. I wonder if he'd have told the truth if his life had been perfect. In the movie, if he had this perfect football career and became a businessman and he loved his wife, and I believe in this movie it turns out he does love his wife. He's just confused because she had something to do with his friend in some way that was not good. I doubt that any of you have seen the movie, but it took a terrible man to tell the truth to a dying man. Mendacity, he says. "I smell it. I smell mendacity in the room." Everybody else looking around, "I don't smell anything." Because they didn't know what the word mendacity meant. And that's probably why Paul Newman used it, or the writer of the movie used it, because it's like saying obfuscation. Who the hell cares? It just means, why not just say what it really is? Lying. Mendacity is lying, not to tell the truth. And he figured that Big Daddy, his father, needed to know the truth before he passed. Otherwise, he might spend his last days thinking he's going to go back out and go back to work and life will be good. Instead, he could have some meaningful time with his family before he passes. But I don't think that was good. That was, you should watch the movie. I don't believe that concerned Paul Newman's character. I think, notice I said character. It's not Paul Newman. He's just playing a character. I don't think he's concerned about that. I think he's concerned about here's the time to tell the truth. Smell that? Mendacity. Why is it so hard for us to tell the truth? Why is it so hard for the people who we elected to run the country? They can't tell the truth about anything. They can't tell you this is an ink pen. Let's say this is a doorknob. Why? Who knows? Why not just say it's an ink pen? Get it done with. Lies. There's hardly any truth in anything anybody's saying. Anything anybody's saying. It's just, it's like two pigs wrestling in the mud to get the best mud. That's what it is. Two pigs in the mud wrestling to get the best spot in a pig pen. Mendacity. Yes, actually, I'm saying two pigs wrestling in a pile of mud and a little board fence around it. And yeah, that's how it comes to me. Or I hear words, or I hear music. Um, Truth used to be honored and revered. And what they're telling us is if you tell the truth, you're an idiot. Give me one truth teller, one honest truth teller without a whole bag full of mendacity. Who's telling the truth here? Oh, we don't have any infection rates low. We don't have any. If we stop testing right now, it wouldn't be. CDC says it's, and I believe they're correct, that there's a second wave coming in probably about in July, August somewhere. That's going to be pretty bad. And we'll reinstate some of the quarantine things, but you can't shut a country down for 6 months. You can't do it. No one's been able to do it. People have to eat. So in the end, these waves of this virus and whatever hits us will have to roll through the country at one time or another. The fact that we didn't have a big infectious rate was because we did quarantine. I'm still quarantined. I'm here at the house every day, all day long. I answer phone calls. I do readings. I write on a book. I talk to you some, and that's a day. But the only time I go out and it's with a mask is to shop for food. That's pretty much it. Everything we're buying is online. Less risk of exposure. But who's telling the truth? On anything. I don't mean just COVID-19. It just seemed to pop out. That was the one to talk about. But these videos are free flowing. There's no prepared script here. I can't do a script. Tried to teach a class maybe 10 years ago. I don't remember where it was. Had 3x5 cards because I have no memory. I had to read stuff off of cards. It went so badly, I just started reading people in the audience, gallery readings, and it just class went great. So I vowed, I said at that moment, I'll never do another class. Why is it so hard for us to tell the truth? If someone said, I'm going to cut this little pinky off, I'm just going to lop that sucker off with a pair of garden shears, the kind with the green handle, I'm going to just whack that sucker off. And you'll begin telling the truth, or you won't have any fingers. Now, you may have hands, but you won't have any fingers. You won't be able to do all the things you like to do. I believe everybody would tell the truth. 100%. We'd have 100% truthful sort of reality instead of this he's lying, she's lying. He said, she said. That's what it is. And how are we to know? They're both so good at lying we can't tell the difference. We can. Seems like an okay guy. And you find out that he was the guy that pulled money out, saying that everything is good. These stocks are perfectly sound. Don't worry about it. And then senators began sucking their money out of it because the inside information is it's not. And then within a few days, the stock collapsed. It's insider trading. They should go to jail for it. But they lie to us, and the truth is withheld for their own use. These aren't representatives of us. Anyway, Mendacity, June the 17th, 2020. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.